Okay, so hi guys, I'm Eve.
I'm Hannah.
I'm Kelly.
And I'm Ashley, and we are the BT, aka the Beth Thermos. We're here because we have revolutionized the standard thermos. We made a thermos that can reheat the drinks inside of it in a matter of minutes. Users will never have to endure lukewarm drinks again. So the problem with standard thermoses is that the insulation only lasts for an average of around 6 hours, with a range from 1 to 9 hours depending on the brand. Now, this may be a problem for people who use thermoses because when we interview potential customers, most of the people that use thermoses brought them to work, and most work all day. So the solution that we came up with is a heating thermos that will connect to your phone via Bluetooth to the app MyBT.
This is the diagram for our business plan, and I will go more into the specifics on the next slide. So for our value proposition, our bottle will be able to give customers a better overall drinking experience since they can now have hot drinks throughout the entire day. From our customer interviews, we found that many people complained that thermoses currently were difficult to carry around because they were bulky, so we plan to address this issue by making our bottle convenient to carry around in the future. And finally, our bottle and app are also simple to use and user-friendly. Our customer segment includes, of course, hot drink consumers, as well as commuters and campers who will find our bottle useful for its convenience and the ability to make hot drinks on the go easily.
Okay, so our cost structure, the main costs needed for producing this product are the cost to develop and maintain the app and the cost to manufacture our bottle and advertise it.
So this is the diagram of the bottle that we drew up. The basic outline would be the bottle itself. The small square on the side is actually all the circuitry, and that's connected to the wire, which is the lines going around the bottom half of the bottle. That's also connected to the device at the bottom. It's called an Arduino. And the device at the bottom, it will connect to the app on your phone via Bluetooth. When you click on the app and you press the button to begin heating it up, it'll send signals, and then it'll start heating up the wire, which will start heating up the bottle, which will, as a result, heat up the drink. This whole setup would ideally be encased in an outer aluminum shell because burning your hands isn't a good situation.
This is our app demo. So this is the preset temperatures, and there are options. So when you change the option, it will change your input box to the temperature. And you can also input your own temperature, but if you try to cool it, it will give an error, as you can see now. And here in the settings, you can connect and disconnect to the Bluetooth, and you can also change the option to your personal preference. Here we're changing warm to 100 degrees, so when you save it and go back and you click the option warm, it will change to 100 degrees. And that's our app.
We would just like to acknowledge the following sponsors and heads of this program: the Carl Edison New York Building Congress and the School of Engineering. And we would like to acknowledge Professor Della Grammaticus and Ms. Sharma. And we want to thank especially Susan Choi for helping us and staying late with us to finish our bottle. Thank you.
You can't select it.
Sorry about that.
Hey everyone, my name is Yaro.
I'm Justin.
I'm Austin.
And I'm Cameron. For our project, we created an app called Pick Event. Pick Event is a mobile app that allows you to keep track of all the activities around you. It records all the details of the events that you're interested in and puts it in the calendar without you inputting it in yourself. With Pick Event, we hope to reduce the number of interesting events that you miss simply because you forget about them.
So the problem we found after interviewing many potential customers is that people will often have busy lives and they'll see a poster of something that they want to go to, but then they won't have time to write it down on their calendar. And because of that, they'll miss out event they would have otherwise gone to. So the solution that we came up with was Pick Event, an app that quickly lets users take a picture of an event or poster that they're interested in and immediately add it to their iPhone camera without having to manually enter any information.
So this is our business model canvas using the Lean Launchpad model. Our app is very simple, it's quick, it's efficient, it saves time, and users are allowed to remember more events because it reduces the time required to add events to their personal calendar. Our app is geared mostly towards high school and college students, where around the school building they may see a lot of school events on flyers and posters, but don't necessarily have the time to input it into their calendars. Our app is also geared towards parents of young children and parents and adults with busy lives, because they may have events that they may want to go to as they see around, as they walk around, but they don't necessarily have the time to input it in. So some key activities that were required to make this app possible was product development. So specifically for product development, we have to design the app using an interface called Ionic, and we also use CSS and HTML, and we also had to program the app, which we use JavaScript, AngularJS, and optical character recognition API, as well as functions that that allowed us to access the phone's camera gallery and the calendar, as well as a function that parsed the text for the corresponding fields. We also had to conduct user interviews to get a better feel of what customers needed.
Okay, so this is a technical demo of our app running. This is Yeto, a high school student who sees a poster for an event that she's really interested in. So she walks up to the poster, opens our app, and takes a picture of the text on the poster. After confirming the picture, our app automatically inputs information into the fields on the add event page. She then manually changes any information that she needs to change and adds the event. After that, she can exit the app, go to her calendar app, and see that on August 11th, there is an event added by our app. As you can see, our app is quick, simple, and efficient, and hopefully helps Yeto remember events better.
We would like to acknowledge the following sponsors, as well as the administration and our instructors and TAs, especially Linda. And we would like to say, feel free to download our app on the App Store next week. Thank you.
You wanna, okay. What? Oh, shoot. Okay, we're so good at this, guys. Travel safely, the knowledge you need before you leave.
Whether you're a businessman or woman planning a business trip, a family or just an adult going on vacation, or even a student traveling abroad, our app works as an aggregator of many websites with trusted safety information that you need to keep you safe while traveling. My name is Sienna Ramsey. I go to Achievement First Brooklyn High School, and I am a part of the customer interactions.
I'm Daniel Koenig. I go to the First School, and I'm the coder and software developer.
I'm Angelica Meza. I go to Fordham High School for the Arts, and I am the app designer and developer.
And we are Travel Safely.
So the problem that we saw was that many people either did not know the dangers or did not have the information they needed to know before going abroad.
So for 2 weeks, we went on the streets of Manhattan and interviewed many people. We found that more than half of the people we interviewed were very interested in crime levels of many of these countries. However, not as interested, but still wanted to know about the viruses in these countries, emergency numbers needed when they'd reach, and the water quality.
So our idea was to provide travelers with all the information through a mobile app. This will allow them to enjoy their trip, now knowing what to expect, with the features including an interactive map that displays your search, a very detailed information page for each country, and the users will also be able to leave comments and reviews as well as view them from other users.
This is our business model canvas. We use a lean launchpad model. We broke it down into the 3 categories: the value propositions, targeted customers, and our key resources. Our value propositions include having an app that's easy to use that allows people to have all of their pre-planned occasions already in order before they reach. Our targeted customers are adults who travel often or have a lot of pre-planned activities. And our key resources include our app developers and a Google Maps API.
So here's a demo of our app. What the user would do would go into their app, and they would press login if they already have an account. They would put in their email and their password. For this demo, it's travelsafely@example.com. The password is Cooper16. Okay, and that would take them to their account page where they could leave a comment on a country if they just visited it. And they could leave a comment by either typing it or they could give it an overall review. They could also see the countries that they researched in the past and the comments that they left in the past, or they could research a new country. They select a country from the drop-down list, let's say Nepal, and Google Maps automatically zooms into that country so that the user could zoom in even more and see their surroundings before they leave. The user could also press the button for more information and see things like the tap water quality, emergency numbers while they're there, and even user reviews of people that have been there in the past and wanted to leave a comment. Or you could go to the bottom, research a new country, and choose whichever country you need and do that process over again until you have enough information. So in summary, our app is free, it's easy to use, and it's an aggregator of all the safety information that you might need before you go traveling. Thank you so much to Con Edison, the New York Building Congress, and the Albert Nerkin School of Engineering. Thanks also to Professor George Del Grammaticas, Brandy Sharma, and our instructors Jonathan Chin, Earl Cohen, and all of our TAs.
Yeah. There's a mic there too. Grab the mic.
Is it you?
No, present.
Hi, I'm Jeannie Rami. I'm Serena Zhao.
I'm Dhruv Maheshwari.
And I'm Michael Rigney.
And our app, TestMe, helps sexually active teens locate free and reputable STD testing clinics while maintaining privacy. TestMe is the only app on the market that helps them stay confidential while saving money when finding STD clinics near them.
So TestMe is designed to promote awareness and reduce any possibility of unawareness of STDs. So each year, 1 in every 4 teens contracts an STD. Most of these teens are unaware that they even have an STD, which could lead to serious risks later on. 2 of the biggest reasons why teens don't get tested is cost and confidentiality. Most teenagers do not have their own source of income, nor do they know how their insurance works, and most, for the most part, don't want their parents to know about their situation.
So to solve this problem, we created an easy-to-use interface that allows users to locate the clinics closest to them. These clinics are reputable and offer many free services. To do this, we use several programming languages such as CSS3, PHP, MySQL, AngularJS, and Node.js. In addition, we also use frameworks such as Ionic and Loopback, and we also use some server administrations as well.
So this is our business model canvas using the Lean Launchpad model. Our business model canvas encompasses all the aspects and the components of our startup. And in the next few slides, we will be going into more depth on the important parts of the canvas.
So this is Eric. Eric is 17 years old. He's a sexually active teenager, and he's never been tested for an STD. Eric wants to get tested, but he doesn't know how the process works. He doesn't want his parents to know, so he won't go to his local doctor, and he's unsure of insurance policies and clinic costs, so he doesn't know where to go. Eric's like a lot of teenagers in New York City, and he doesn't realize the wealth of sexual health care resources around him that he can go to. TestMe allows those teenagers to find free clinics around them while maintaining their privacy. If Eric were to use TestMe, he'd be able to find free local clinics and safely get tested.
So what makes our app valuable and unique is that it gives the user the information they need in a way that an internet browser would never be able to do. The process is very stress-free and quick, and the places that we lead them to, more often than not, have services that are mostly free.
So we use the Google Maps API to locate the user's current location as well as the nearest clinics around them. And in the future, we wish to expand beyond Manhattan as well as stop the spread of STDs for good.
So here's a technical demo of our app itself. So we start on our home screen with an original logo and our start button, and the red markers represent the clinics around our current location. You can click on each clinic and see more info, and we will do that now after zooming in. And so you see there's the phone, address, hours, and the services provided, and this really helps the user narrow down where they would like to go.
So we just want to take time to make some acknowledgments. We're sponsors, Con Ed, the Albert Nerkin School of Engineering, and the New York Building Congress, as well as the awesome people who organize this program, Dr. George Logrammaticus and Mrs. Brandy Sharma. And special thanks to our instructors, John and Earl, and our TAs, Jay, Chris, Linda, and most importantly, Sisung. You guys should all buy our app when it hits the market, and hit it with the 5-star review.
Thank you.
You don't have anything? Where's number 6?
Spread out a little, guys. Ready? So I'm Chevelle.
My name is Samantha.
I'm Kevin, and our app is Pundit, where anyone can become a political expert.
Newer generations are less and less interested in politics, with an overall 20% decrease over the past 3 generations. Lack of political interest leads to lack of political awareness. Take, for example, Brexit. The day after Brexit was passed, the most searched term on Google in Britain was, "What is Brexit?" Considering that most of these people are voting for such a decision, shouldn't they ought to know what they're voting for? Currently, we are using Google, reading and watching the news, and talking to friends to learn more about politics. However, these methods are vague, oftentimes too complex, and unreliable. Based on our customer interviews, we found that young people thought that politics were too boring, intimidating, and difficult to follow.
So Pundit seeks to solve the problem of political ignorance by raising awareness among young people. Our value proposition includes providing easy access to congressmen currently in office and providing simple descriptions of bills that are currently being passed in Congress. Also, our app is free because we know young people don't have the means to afford it.
So our biggest competitors are bill updaters such as TrackBill and political news apps such as the New York Times and Flipboard. Now, what differentiates us from our competitors is that we're able to present our information in a user-friendly way while still allowing direct access to congressmen and bills. So this is Anthony. Anthony is a newly 18 voter who's interested in politics but is intimidated by it and is a really lazy person. So Anthony is our typical Pundit user. Now with Pundit, people like Anthony would be able to learn more about the political landscape and take action with the click of a button or a swipe of a screen. So this is just our business model canvas. And then here's our technical demo. So the first thing you do is you open the app, you would log in, and you would see some of your preferences. Now we can go back into the politicians. So this shows you congressmen, and you can choose one of these congressmen, and it'll give you information like their name, where they're from, when their term's going to end. And we can go to a sponsored bill, and so we can see the full bill. We can also tweet at them. It opens up Twitter. This is their page, and then we can also call them. Yeah. So we can go back, and now we can see the upcoming bills. So we swipe right to like a bill, and swipe left to dislike a bill. So that goes into our database, sort of like a petition. So you can also see the full bill here. And we can actually go to the sponsor of this bill. And what you would do here is you would open up Twitter, or you would call them. And this is where you go, hey Marky, I don't like your bill. And that's how you would take action. So yeah, that's Pundit. Oops. Oops. Oops.
So ultimately, we want political information to be easily accessible and encourage political involvement.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Nick,
I'm Jonathan. I'm Angel.
and we're Breathe Better. So Breathe Better is both an app and a hardware component that allows you to test your air quality whenever and wherever you are, and allows you to see data from other users from across the planet. So when we were interviewing people, the problem we found was that not enough people had an awareness about air quality and its health effects. In addition, we also found that current air monitors are either too expensive or too complicated for normal people to use. So we devised a solution that's simple and low cost. It's just a simple device that plugs into your phone and allows you to test the air quality in real time and even upload that information up to our servers where you can view other people's reviews and their data so you can see what their air quality is like and what your air quality is like.
All right, so this is our entire business model canvas. We shall be focusing on 4 main aspects. First one is our value proposition, where we want to increase health awareness and focus on creating a cheap and easy-to-use air sensor.
For cost structure, we have a free app and a low-cost air monitor.
And we shall be making money off a fixed price of a $30 air sensor.
For customer segments, we have scientists, workers, teachers, and concerned citizens. Scientists consists of researchers, concerned citizens, travelers, teachers, high schools and middle school, and workers, construction workers, and factory workers.
Okay, so here we have our demo. Okay, so just a slight problem with YouTube, but I'll describe what our app looks like. Okay, so our app has 3 different parts. First, there's the section where you can write your own review, and you can either connect your thank you, Earl. So here is where you can optionally type in your name and give a qualitative review of your air quality. And right there, you can activate the air monitor data. And here is where you can connect your phone right to the data, and you can start recording the data or stop recording the data. And on the other tab, which for some reason wasn't on the YouTube video, you can browse the reviews from all over the map, and once you click on a review, you can see all the markers. Once you click on a review, you can see their name, the description, and the actual number of their air sensor data.
Well, we also have a picture, but that's not there anymore. So anyways, in summary, we want to make Breathe Better is to help people be aware of health risks containing to their air quality and offering an affordable and easy to use, low-cost air sensor. We'd like to acknowledge all these people on this list, because without them, none of this would have been possible. Thank you.
Wait, can I get a group photo? Okay.
Okay. Hello, we're Finlit, and our application will help high school students learn more about finance. Not only do we provide trivia gaming, but we also provide lessons, questions, and videos for self-study. Our biggest competitor, Trivia Crack, does not offer finance as a topic. And to start off, I'm Marjan Chowdhury.
I'm Joe Callahan.
And hi, I'm Eileen Deng. Currently, the lack of financial literacy in America is a huge problem. 84% of high school students desire more financial education, and yet many high schools don't offer personal finance classes. For example, in our customer interviews, 35 out of 39 students said that they did not have personal finance courses at their high school. This leads to major problems as they enter college in the real world and realize that they have faced many obstacles when managing their own money. Luckily, there is a solution, and that's us, Finlit. Finlit is an application that teaches personal finance through engaging gameplay learning. We do this through a few key features that are divided both into educational and gameplay. Within educational, we have 5 different topics: budgeting, credit, investing, insurance, and banking. Within each of those 5 topics, we have both quizzes and lessons. In quizzes, students can test their current knowledge and then later go into the lesson section and learn more through our provided videos and websites. In the gameplay section, there's also multiplayer matches and a leaderboard. In multiplayer matches, students can play and challenge against their other friends to play trivia matches, and they can also compete on the leaderboard for the highest score. This allows students to learn in a fun, competitive way.
So right here, we have our business model canvas, and we created it by using the Lean Launchpad model. Our key aspects of the canvas are key activities, our value proposition, and our customer segment.
So here you would see someone, a typical customer. Here we have Catherine. She doesn't necessarily learn well from textbooks, much like most high school students, because she finds the internet much more interesting. And last month, much like me, she ran through all of her data playing Pokemon Go, and so if she can't really budget how she uses her data, how can we expect her to budget her money? And that's where we come in. So we help Catherine by engaging her in her learning in financial basics such as budgeting, money, and investing through our quizzes and lessons. This allows her to be more ready for college. Our key activities to do this is a database of questions and lessons that are easily and readily available to her, as well as a simple-to-use interface. Here we see a demo of someone, i.e. me, answering questions we have, and it looks like I might need to study a little bit more.
So, in the end, the purpose of our application Finlit is to help educate high school students more on financial literacy. Not only do we use engaging gameplay techniques, but we also provide a user-friendly interface to help them prepare for the future in many financial situations. We would also like to thank everybody on here, especially to our TAs, our instructors, and the entire school for providing us an incredible STEM experience. Thank you.
Thank you.